guys, and welcome back once again to Haut Beyleron. So, you've caught us here. We've got a few things we need to get done. If you remember from the last episode, we've completely filled the cow barn. So, that should be... where are we? Animals. Fairly full of straw. Nope, they're eating quite a lot. And they're cutting through quite a bit of water. Maybe that was in a previous episode. But they're good for now. We will have to look at throwing some more water in there. What we're going to have to do is potentially look at upgrading from that little 8,000 litre trailer to something a bit bigger. We do have plenty of eggs there, but for some reason they're not showing up. But they're good for food for now. We could probably feed them in the next episode. But what we've got to do today is the oat field that was planted. That needs to be weeded, obviously, which is why we've now got the chop star on the back. The iron bark, I believe it is. As you can see, we've got another cut to do on the grass field, so that would be the field up at the... or field 2 as well is going to need that. 17 and 18 should be ready to be planted. Now, I've decided we're going to go with corn. We've still got plenty of... where is it? We've still got plenty of canola to get through. So we don't really need any more oil coming out just yet. So, what that means, today's plan. We've got to weed this field, which what we're going to do is we'll get a headland done and then we will leave it to a worker. Then we are going to run the truck up to field 18-19 where the Fendt has got the planter on the back. Although that is going to potentially change, and I'll show you why in a second. Now, these are definitely narrows. Yes, they are. That's good. Should have been looking at that before we just jumped into the field. Yeah, I'll show you why something may change there in a second. But the other thing we've got to do is, yes, mow those bits of grass. We've got to figure out whether we want to ted that for hay, or one for silage, one for hay, or both for silage. And being that it's April, that means that the price is good to sell off our clothes. Now, we've already pulled the clothes out of the pallet storage shed. We have got 12,000 litres to sell off this morning. We may end up with another one by the end of the afternoon. So I'm sort of debating whether we hold off and sell them all then, or whether we just grab that one pallet at the end of the day and sell that off, which I reckon is probably more along the lines of what we're going to do. So satisfying, that, isn't it? But yeah, definitely a full day's work. So we'll get into it, we'll get it done. The other thing we did do was we pulled the honey pallets away from the bees and put them into storage as well. As you can see, another one's already started to spawn there, but it'd have been very minimum on that at the moment. I've been through, looked at all the prices. The only thing that's really at its best is the furniture, so that will be all that we take down. Should be able to make it all the way to the end, yep. once we get across to this other side, we'll straighten up, put him on a worker, let that guy just do lengths. Shouldn't take him too long. Fairly wide working width on the chop stop. We won't worry about moving the what are they? The belt drive systems, the conveyor belts out of the bunker. If we do silage, we're just going to wrap and bale it. But we'll let this guy go there. We'll jump out, block him for a little bit, but he's fine to go now. If we run across, you'll see the truck sat there, already loaded up. We've got a bag of fertiliser on there. However, I reckon we're going to want to grab a second bag and probably some more seed. And this is the reason why. If we come in and come into our sales, we have this guy. We'll put the 3-point linkage on it. 63,000. It's going to need some repair. But that is a deal we can't pass up. As for the voucher, it's only 145 horsepower. We don't really need that. So what we'll do quickly, just because I'm not sure how much it takes, is we'll throw another bag of fert on and another bag of seed. We may end up running back down with the truck to grab more. So the truck can sit there for now. What we want to do, jump into the Fendt. Enough space to unload. Okay, what about if we come out here? Right, so we'll run down to shop. We'll get these two bits of equipment repaired, repainted, and sold off. And we'll grab that Great Plains. But the good thing about that is it's a planter and a seed drill, so we can do all of our crops apart from potatoes and sugarcane. Better turn our beacons on. Cruising down the road, we should have warnings going, especially with the width of that planter in the back. And yeah, once we've got this back up to the field, we can then bring the truck up, get that seed and fert off. At this stage, the furniture price, terrible with indicating, I'm not even paying attention. The furniture price was still slowly going up this morning, but I'll jump out here in a second and have a look at that. Because we don't want to miss out on the best price for that stuff. Oh, not furniture, sorry, clothing. Still going up, 31,196. Well above the 30,211. that was expected. So we want to repair that, repaint it. Now that gets us a little money back. But the other thing we could do, so that gets us back 17,700, but there was also repair and repaint costs in there. Yeah, what I was contemplating was whether or not we actually sold our seed drill. And I'm thinking we're not actually going to. This is a big boy. Should realistically have an escort for this, being the length that it is. But we don't actually have an escort vehicle. We don't have anything with signs on it. Now, we're not going to try and take this through town. So we'll go around the long way. We'll get back to the field. We'll get the stuff that was in the Lemken put back into the Great Plains. Then we'll get the truck up with the fert and the seed. And we'll see you guys up at the field. Alrighty, slight change of plan, guys. Turns out the Great Plains doesn't take fertiliser. So we've dropped those 2 fertiliser bags off the back of the truck and put them back down at the shed and thrown on whatever seed we had left. So we'll get that up to store, we'll get that filled up. It's not a big deal, it just means that we have a reason now to keep hold of our spreader or our sprayer, depending on what way we want to go. So all those 2 fertiliser bags will indeed go into either the spreader or even the other seed drill. See if we're close enough to get all 3 of them in. No, apparently we're not. That's okay, we can do this. So we've got a total of 3,650 litres of seed. I dare say that's going to be enough to do our field. Pull this guy off to the side here, get him shut down, get those beacons turned off. Just quickly have another look at this price, 31,384, that's still going up. So it's time to go and play with the new toy. Yes, got to start the engine before we can unfold it, don't we? somewhat lined up, and we've got corn selected. That's good, that's what we want to put in the ground. So away we go. $14k an hour, that's not bad at all. Does take a little bit to get used to maneuvering the different equipment around, especially when you start getting into these bigger pieces of equipment. So the other things we're going to want to do today is we obviously are going to need to get this rolled. So we'll throw the roller on the back of the, what is it we've got, the Zeta. We'll send that up here. And we're obviously also going to want to at least throw the first layer of fertiliser down. We don't have to, that's not a necessity. We can get to that during the multiple growth stages. So whether we continue on with the original plan of getting the mowing done, which I'd like to do, try and get that done as early as possible so we can get some more cuts in this year. Get as much grass off of those two fields as possible, but I reckon we will actually leave that for another episode, and then potentially the next episode will be mowing. $31,531. Okay, so it looks like we've topped out on our price there. So what we're actually going to do is hire a worker. We're going to have to come back and get that other piece unless he decides to turn left instead of going down the hill. But what we need to do is jump into this guy. Now, I'm going to have a quick look, but I can almost guarantee... No, we don't have another pallet there. Okay, so time to head up to the shop and see just how much we're going to make. Realistically, we're looking at 375,000 now or thereabouts, which is huge. It's going to take us above $500,000 in the account again. Okay guys, put your bets in. I'm saying 375-ish. 378,645. So if you said 378 or 379, you were closer than I was. Now this guy can go and sit back down at the farm. I don't think we need him for anything. Once we get him back down to the farm, we'll jump back in and take over with the Fendt. Well, actually, while the worker's going with the Fendt, we'll grab the Zeta, throw the rollers on the back, because he should well and truly be finished by now with that weeding. We'll throw the rollers on the back and we'll start heading up to the field. Just double check that he's got everything done. No weeds. Lovely. Good looking field of oats. Now, if we're going to be doing the cereal factory, we're going to want more oats again, obviously. All of these oats will go into the grain mill. So I reckon the next available field for spring planting will be oats. So we'll probably do the oats down in where the barley is. Now, that worker's saying that he's finished the field because he did do exactly what I thought he was going to do. And he went up to the top side. That's okay. That gives us more room to concentrate on getting the rolling done. Oh, we have missed that tree. That's good. We want to make sure we're over the top of that. And we'll let the worker take off. Just make sure that he's not gonna do some crazy little dance and turn sideways. Oh, we can't. I was trying to turn the GPS off. We can't do it while there's a hired worker. Okay. So, yeah, we want to get this put away. Now, this actually belongs down in the other shed, but I reckon for now... Well, actually it doesn't. It realistically belongs up here. So, we'll dump this guy right there. We'll jump onto the rollers. What I want to actually do is figure out, so I'm pretty sure these are grass rollers. They're not a bad size, but I know there's bigger and better. Is that something we want to spend our money on? Okay, so what have we got? Rollers, upper soil. So we've got the Maya 820 and 8.2 meters. So we've got that guy. Could go with that. It's a little bit cheaty, and I'm thinking that's going to be a little bit wide. Or we could go with the big boys, but they 12.3, you're 8.2, 350 horsepower. So that would need to be done with the case, which then limits what we can do with this guy. So we'll stick with what we've got. For the most part, this is a worker's job anyway. Okay guys, we'll get back up into the field and get cracking with this. We'll get the, where are we going to put that planter? Didn't think of that. That planter may end up getting parked down at the BGA as well, because we don't have space to store that thing. Oh. Okay, so that is the field full of corn. So if we jump up to here, you can see where it says that no longer needs rolling. We are definitely going to have to hit this up with fertilizer. But for now, what we want to do, actually, we're going to want to jump into this guy and get that all folded up first. And that used actually quite a bit of seed. 2,100 litres worth. Okay, so now the fun begins. Get all that GPS stuff turned off, don't need that. We're going to want to take this up over the hill. And down into the BGA. Then we'll come back and we'll continue on with the rolling. Taking out signs everywhere. Hopefully we don't get stuck on the train lines. No. Good, good. Okay, so that can live there for now. No issues with parking it there. At the end of the day, that's just the space that we require. So we'll get back into this. Now, if we quickly have a look, that should say that it's full. Yep. A couple of little bits, but they were where we literally missed both ploughing and... Oh no, it was only in ploughing. I'm not sure if that thing's actually a direct drill. But anyway, what we need to do is get this rolled. So we've started there. And we'll also need to get up here with the fertiliser spreader. Now that's going to be a great job for the case, because at the moment with no growth, it doesn't matter that it doesn't have narrows on there. And that's the widest part, so if we now hire a worker there, he should just continue on. He should realistically turn right when he gets up to the top here. What we'll do is we'll flick down, we'll grab the case, and we'll get the fertilizing done, which is going to be a lot quicker of a job than this thing, obviously. I have a funny feeling this guy may get himself stuck, or this worker may get himself stuck when it comes to the other end of the field, if that was the sort of space he wanted to use to turn around. But we'll let them go with that. Grab the case. Feeling that's not going to be enough, so we'll just drop in here. We won't take all of it, just one bag, because that should be plenty. Get the beacons on. Coming up to the last little bit, we have missed a couple of little pieces, nothing too major. We'll drop that down to, that should be its lowest. What we'll do is we'll just run up the edge, flicking it on and off for these spots that we've missed. Now, what we are going to do is we'll get this guy back to the farm, get this taken off, put the mowers on in preparation for the next episode, because what we're going to do is leave this guy to continue on rolling. And we're actually going to end the episode, but we will leave it in April. It is only 12 o'clock. And like I said, I want to get that first cut of grass off. So we'll leave it in April. We'll let this guy do his thing. Just cruising around all over the place. Now this was all ploughed, so we don't have to worry about weeds popping up. So that's a good thing. No, we didn't miss up there. It was just this little strip right here. Okay, oh, keep doing that with this thing. I keep thinking that I have to fold it up for some reason. So that should be back to its widest. So there we go. Okay guys, so like I said, we'll get this back to the farm. We'll get it tidied up. Get the spreader put away. Get the mowers on, and from there, actually no, from here, we'll end the episode. Thanks very much for joining in, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for future upcoming videos. And we will see you guys real soon.